Hello students, welcome again to the class of English literature. Today we are going to study a very famous comedy written by William Shakespeare, and the name of this drama is As You Like It. In the last video we read its summary of the scene first from the act first. Now in this video we are going to start with the act first, scene second. Summary: act first, scene second. Rosalind, who is the heroine of this drama, she is the daughter of Duke Senior, whose kingdom has been usurped by his younger brother Duke Frederick. Rosalind is depressed over the banishment of her father, Duke Senior. Her cousin Celia attempts to cheer her up. Celia promises that as the sole heir of the usurping Duke Frederick, she will give the throne to Rosalind upon his death. In gratitude, Rosalind promises to be less melancholy, and the two women wittily discuss the roles of fortune and nature in determining the circumstances of one's life. They are interrupted by the court jester. Interrupt means dakhalandazi karna. By the court jester. Jester means a clown. Clown means a person who is like a fool, but he talks in a very wittily manner, and his name is Touchstone, who mockingly tells of a knight is a kind of minister without honor who still swore by it. Lebeau, a dapper young courtier. Dapper means a short heighted but neat and clean young courtier, also arrives and intrigues them with the promise of a wrestling match featuring the phenomenal means asadharan, abnormal strength and skill of the wrestler Charles. The match participants enter with many members of the court, including Duke Frederick, who cordially means हार्दिक रूप से, बड़ी गर्मजोशी से greets means अभिवादन करना, Rosalind and Celia. The Duke remarks means टिप्पणी करना on the danger Charles' young challenger faces, and he suggests that the young girl attempt to dissuade means हतोत्साहित करना the present challenger from his effort to defeat the wrestler. Here the thing is that when Orlando has challenged the very strong wrestler Charles, when Duke Frederick sees it, he says to Rosalind and Celia that they should dissuade this young guy because he is going to face some adverse condition by the hands of Charles. Rosalind and Celia agree and call to the young man, who turns out to be Orlando. Try as they might, they cannot sway him. SWAY, sway. Sway means अपने पद से डिगाना. He remains deaf to their pleas and speaks as if he has absolutely nothing to lose. Orlando and Charles wrestle, and Orlando quickly defeats his opponent. Amazed, Duke Frederick asks Orlando to reveal his identity. When Orlando responds that he is the youngest son of Sir Roland de Boys, the Duke laments that he wishes Orlando had been someone else's son. Admitting means स्वीकार करते हुए that he and Sir Roland de Boys were enemies. Rosalind and Celia rush in to offer their congratulations. And Rosalind admits how deeply her father admired Orlando's father. In the exchange, Orlando and Rosalind become mutually smitten. Smitten means प्यार में पड़ना. Means they started to feel love for each other, though both are too tongue-tied to confess their feelings, but they don't display their feelings. Immediately after Rosalind and Celia take their leave, Lebeois warns Orlando that though his victory and conduct deserve great praise, he will get none from Duke Frederick. In fact, Lebeau says the Duke is due for a dangerous outburst. Orlando, already heartsick over Rosalind, resolves to flee from the tyrannical Duke. Now, summary. Act number 1, scene 3rd. Rosalind is overcome with her emotions for Orlando. Celia asks her cousin how she could possibly manage to fall in love with Orlando so quickly. Just then, Duke Frederick approaches and demands that Rosalind leave the royal court. He denounces her as a traitor. Traitor means desdrohi, and threatens her with death should she be found within 20 miles of court. Rosalind does not know how she has offended the Duke. Offend means नाराज करना. The Duke, and pleads her innocence. Pleads means विनती करना. वो विनती करती है अपनी इनोसेंस के लिए कि she has not committed any guilty, so why she has been banished. But the Duke remains firm. Firm means दृढ़ बने रहना. When Rosalind asks him to explain his decision to banish her, Duke Frederick replies that she is her father's daughter and that is enough. Celia makes an impassioned plea on Rosalind's behalf. Celia यहाँ रोजलिंड के बिहाफ पर अपने पिता से एक विनती करती है, but the Duke condemns Rosalind for her smoothness and silence, and tries to convince his daughter that she will seem more beautiful and virtuous after Rosalind is gone. Celia announces that in banishing Rosalind, Duke Frederick has also banished Celia, and the two women decide to seek out Duke Senior in the forest of Arden. Realizing that such a journey would be incredibly dangerous for two wealthy, attractive young women, they decide to travel in disguise. Celia as a common shepherdess and Rosalind as a young man. Celia renames herself Elena, while Rosalind dubs her disguised self Ganymede, after the cupbearer to Jove. Here, our play starts again to the direction of Forest Arden, because the Duke Frederick has banished Rosalind. So, what happens? Celia also resolves to join her cousin, and they both disguise as shepherdess. Sorry, Celia disguises herself as a shepherdess and she takes her name Elena, while Orlando disguises himself as a shepherd and she takes her name as Ganymede. The two decide to convince Touchstone, a clown, to accompany them on their journey. Now, summary. Act number second, scene first. The banished Duke Senior expounds on the wonders of life in the forest. Expound is vichar karna. He tells his associates that he prefers forest dwelling to the painted pomp of courtly existence. He reminds them that their existence in Arden is free from danger and that their greatest worry here is nothing worse than the cold winter wind. The woods provide Duke Senior with everything he needs, from conversation to education to spiritual edification, for he finds tongues in trees, books in the running brooks, sermons in stones, and good in everything. Lord Amins agrees with him. The Duke suggests that they hunt some venizons, but he cannot help but mourn the fate of the deer, whom, though natives of Arden, are violently slaughtered. One lord announces that the melancholy Lord Jacques has seconded this observation, declaring Senior guiltier of usurpation than his loveless brother Duke Frederick. Duke Senior, in good humor, asked one of his men to bring him to Jacques because arguing with him is such fun. Here in this scene, we can clearly see that Duke Senior is enjoying the atmosphere of Forest Arden, and he is very much pleased in comparison with the life of court, but he is somewhat sad because they had to kill the deers for their food. And here we are also introduced with the character Jax, who is a clone. and Duke Senior is very fond of him because he talks in a very witty manner. So this was the act number second, scene first. In next video we will meet with act second, scene second. Till then, goodbye. Thank you.